Hello Year 7s, this is Miss Rowe and here's last lesson of the computer software recap we did on Thursday. So here we go. So this is a recap from the past week because obviously, as you know, you're going to have a test soon, so obviously revise everything in your books, please. Let's have a look then. Hardware is a physical part of the computer and software is the programs that run on your computer. So as I went around the class and I asked some of you what is hardware and what is software, and you were able to identify that. Hardware was everything around us, from the monitor, keyboard, mouse, CPU or tower. So that's the first section. Types of user interface. So these are types of user interface. Command line interface, graphic user interface. And obviously, as we went through, this is, say, Windows 10. You might have a different operating system at home, so it might look a bit differently. And have a look though in the corner, obviously where you find the start menu, which is normally right down here. Have a look and see which Windows you're on, or if you've got Apple, then have a look what iOS you're on, etc, etc. So types of user interface, command line interface, graphic user interface. Features of the GUI. So if you remember, do you remember the words? WIMP, WIMP. Windows, icons, menu, pointer. So features of a graphical user interface can be any of those: Windows, icons, menu, pointer. I'll let you have a look at that there before I move on to the next page. And we went through, obviously, in the lesson, you can see on there the start menu. We had a look at the start menu, the menu in general. Here's the pointer, you can see me moving around now, and there's the icons. Desktop. Desktop is the home screen area where you can access all your programs and files. The key features of the desktop. So let me just show you. So start button, taskbar, menu. Start button allows you to open up the menu. So when you click that, opens this up here. Obviously, like I said, different operating systems will show you different things, but it's still the same. Start, you'll see similar to start button, there'll be a taskbar and menu. So these are the key features: start button, taskbar, menu. Operating system, or OS. A software program that manages computer resources. Operating system allows components to communicate with each other and enables the computer to run software applications. So we went through some in class on the school PCs. We have 7, Windows 7, and obviously you can have Windows 8, Windows 10, or some of the older versions that are a bit more obsolete nowadays, Vista, or Windows 95. But you won't need to know that. But they're still examples of Windows. So operating systems can be Vista, so that's Windows Vista, Windows 8, Windows 10, Apple iOS, etc. Application software. So obviously I marked your mini tests and noticed a lot of people were okay with the application software, so that's really good. But the next section we go through, utility and system, people getting a bit confused between the two, so we'll have a look. But this one is application software. You all did fantastic on these, and when I went around each person in the class and when we did the quiz, you also answered correctly. So application software examples. So we've got Microsoft Office, And within that, we've got Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Publisher, Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Outlook, Serif Web Plus, Serif Movie Plus, Adobe Photoshop, Paint, Scratch, Solitaire and Pinball. They're just 2 games that you're all way too young to remember. Internet Explorer, so web browsers, Mozilla Firefox, Safari. The list goes on. If you get a bit stuck on this one though, you can always ask me on Monday, or see me around school, or research it. Research application software examples, and it might help you remember. And make sure you have a look in your books. Utility software. Utility software example includes antivirus, disk cleaner, backup, screensaver, and system restore. So you might have seen some of these. Your computer at home might have one of these. McAfee, Avast, AVG Free, Norton antivirus. Obviously the list is endless. There's so many antivirus out there. So these are examples if you're asked utility software types, and if you want to give it examples, have a look. System software, operating systems, drivers, file manager. So obviously we did go through these options, and someone gave a brilliant answer about what is a driver, because obviously it says drivers and you're like, what does that mean exactly? Well, think like when I showed you my laptop. So I showed you my laptop in class, and next door there's printers. Well, they're not wireless printers. So if I plug my the printer USB into my laptop, it'll pop up in the corners saying, obviously there's drivers missing, drivers need to be found. It won't let me print till I've got the drivers. So they're just examples of driver software and where you may have seen it. But it's just a type of software, obviously, that's used by the OS or operating system. So it just allows, obviously, all hardware like cameras, printers, keyboards, it allows them to work. Quiz time. Obviously, you don't have to do this again now, but I'll just put a little example of some of the questions on. Just one moment. So here's the quiz that we completed in 7A and 7B last week. Absolutely fantastic. The whole class were absolutely fantastic. And I'll let all the winning teams know next week. So here's obviously we had a spinner. I won't do it for long. It makes you dizzy. So, for example, what does GUI stand for? And you can see some of the answers that you gave on here. I'll let you know the answers this week, and we'll see who the winning teams are. One in each class. Okay, right, well, that's my recap for today. Hope you enjoy it. See you in school.